Hey everyone, I just wanted to make this video today because I haven't been able to make a Zoom session, and this week's content is really important to me, so I wanted to do a more relational way of discussing it. So here we go. So I wanted to just say first that while I've been going through the content, the transphobia on UVic campus has been disturbing and has sat with me throughout this, and my heart just goes out to anyone who is just feeling unsupported on campus. So reading Hunt and Holmes, it strengthened my understanding of how to decolonize in my everyday life, like within interpersonal relationships and relating this to queer two-spirit and trans solidarity. And I really appreciated how they talked about having tough conversations and putting in real efforts to change society, whether that's in small ways, within your family, within friends, within relationships, or in bigger ways. I really appreciated that reading. And I think it's really important for me as a white settler to recognize that Indigenous communities have always had different ways of looking at gender, treating gender, identifying with gender, displaying gender, everything like that. So it's really important for me to recognize that, and as I move along to change how I think about gender, I have to keep that in mind for sure. So my earliest memories, I would say as someone who is constantly questioning my gender identity and expression, these thoughts just start flowing. So as a kid, I always felt more masculine. I liked boys' activities. I liked boys' clothes. I liked boys' toys. I liked having friends that were boys. I constantly was being forced with stereotypical girls things, and I pushed back even harder as this kept going on throughout my life. My whole personality ended up being sports and how I was a tomboy, and I started to as a young kid, I started to resent girls and internalize this colonial sexism. I thought I was different than other girls, and I was super proud of that. And I also got rewarded when I was kind of going against women, but I also got supported when I was presenting more feminine. So it's a very confusing kind of thing. It's in these complete boxes, I guess, that don't actually relate to real human experience, I guess. It was very confusing as I never fit into that standard box, but I also never felt like I was transgender, and I just hated this binary gender. I hated the binary gender, and I always felt non-conforming to it. So different ways that this was reinforced was within my family. They wanted me to be more like a girl, mostly the way I dress and speak and stuff like that. At school, I was praised for being an athlete, but the boys, when I got older, wouldn't play with me anymore. Media enforced heteronormativity, so I felt wrong as someone who attracted to all people. And at this stage in my life, I was constantly questioning what to label myself, and I think this confusion stems from this binary way of thinking, being entrenched in my brain, instead of having a continuum, non-binary way of thinking. And due to my visible privilege of being in a hetero relationship, I often feel imposter syndrome with questioning gender identity. So this week has been really helpful in me just dismantling that binary view of gender and just opening my thoughts up to how real human experience is. And what really helped with that was the video called Diagnosing Difference. I loved hearing from these wonderful people who just explained themselves so well, and you can tell that they are the experts of their experience, and I really, really appreciated that. So not to ramble on, I want this to be short. So how does an intersectional perspective impact my understanding? Well, experience of gender is never a standalone thing. It intertwines with culture, race, class, ability, and many other things. And recognizing how the dominant colonial view of gender and violent colonization are linked and understanding that Indigenous people have a very different struggle with navigating through these gender constraints in this colonial society. So like I need to put forward efforts that decolonize gender for myself while also decolonizing other aspects of my life because they are so intertwined and connected. And I think it's super important to recognize how racialized people face extra barriers when trying to gain supports, healthcare, and like community as transgender people, which a lot of folks spoke of in the video. Okay, thanks for listening. And I hope you all have a good week, and I hope I didn't ramble on too much. Okay, thanks.